The season is ending tonight. We are going to crown a champion of the Di9 Designs NAOR series right here at Homestead-Miami Speedway on JCTV. Who's it going to be? It's going to be Hunter Peach. Who won the first two races of the postseason. Struggled a little bit last week in Atlanta. Going to be Josh Arnold, who is not close. I met Nick Hapiak, rather. Words are hard sometimes, but Nick Hapiak is 2 points out. It's going to be fun to see if Hapiak has anything to say about it. How about Cole Snyder, sitting third right now? Can he get the job done? Still, drivers that have a chance. But it's going to be pretty exciting to see who is able to do it. 220 miles will make up today's race of the NJB Designs 220. The 147 laps around this 1.5 mile track in southern Florida. I'm Joshua Capital. I've got Brett Bennett joining me tonight. Brett, we get to crown champion.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun here tonight. Honestly, in my opinion, the only track that in real life championship races should be held at. No offense to Phoenix, but it is terrible for the championship race. Wish Nashville would go back here for the championship race. But looking forward to it here tonight. It's not my favorite track on iRacing to race. I just am not my strongest track, just in my driving style. But lots of fun. I'm really looking forward to joining you here tonight. And in order to crown a champion, basically head-to-head race between Hapiak and Peach. Unless they both falter, guys like Jonathan Parker and Cole Snyder sitting in the wings. Jonathan Parker, Tuesday night, first time he has ever not won a full season championship here on JCTV. Looking like he might go without a championship this whole season on JCTV if he does not have basically a win and a lot of luck tonight.
Which is really surprising. Jonathan Parker, such an incredible racer, and Tuesday night, obviously the championship wasn't going to be easy for him to win, but he had the points lead by quite a bit, and really all he needed to do was just hold on. Early troubles stopped Jonathan Parker from being able to be up front. He had a ton of damage in the entire race. I mean, right from the get-go was just an absolute challenge for Jonathan Parker, and it was a heartbreaker to say the least for him. Tonight, different situation. He's not first in the points trying to hold on to it. He's a little bit down trying to get up to the point, and he's going to need a great race tonight and a whole lot of luck. But let me tell you, Homestead is his playground. Jonathan Parker is amazing at this racetrack.
Yeah, and this track's always really suited his driving style. I've seen him dominate almost every time he's been in a car at this track. Like, I know BSR, he's won at least once, maybe twice here. I don't know if he's run twice. I don't think he's lost a race here. Actually, I think he had damage possibly the same time racing here, but always really strong here. This track, I'll be like, next gens really don't drive like anything else on iRacing. I've got a feeling, and I have not driven it really at Homestead, I don't believe, but I've got a feeling, unlike most other cars, like the truck and the Xfinity car here, you really want to back up your corners, focus on getting that drive off. The next gen really rewards driving hard into the corners, so it's going to be interesting to see if that ends up being the case tonight, where you want to really give up speed in the middle instead of the entry. But you're going to see a lot of different lines here. Progressive banking, you can make the bottom top work usually. It depends on the setup, but I would expect to see multiple lanes working here tonight, and probably different lanes throughout the day. So going to be a lot of fun. Crown champion Jonathan Parker looking for his second straight championship here in the NAOR Di9 Design Series, but not looking like he's in great shape. Technically, him, Jimmy Minch, Pacey Wygant, and Cole Snyder are all alive for the championship, but it's going to take some struggles for Peach and Hapiak. Both of them basically top 6 finish for sure, even with bonus points, would guarantee them a championship. If they finish it basically ahead of the other, there's a chance bonus points could swing that. But we'll do our best to keep you up to date on what's going on all night tonight. Obviously, there's some stuff that's a little hard to keep track of in the moment, like laps led. Fortunately, none of our software will tell us how many laps people have led, so we kind of have to eyeball it. So hopefully we'll be able to get that for you. But really looking forward to it tonight. And it's going to be a lot of fun. Always great being here and crowning champion here at this great facility.
On the bright side, if you were with us last week as I was trying to tell you the difference in points between first and second, Peach and Happy-Ack, my math told me 2 points. And, I was fairly confident my math was correct. But there was still a little bit about me that wasn't so sure. Surprisingly, it was spot on. 2 points. So, tonight, gonna try our best here to get the math correct and the points updated very quickly as the race progresses, to really see the difference between Peach, Happy-Ack, and the others that you mentioned that are still mathematically possible in getting it. Just going to take a lot of help. We've got just under 6.5 minutes left in practice. Let's go ahead and talk to some of our drivers that are, there with a chance to win the championship. So, let's have you actually start off, Brett, talking with the guy that currently leads it, Hunter Peach.
Yeah, I'm here with our championship leader entering tonight, although a very slim lead. Hunter coming in tonight, 2-point lead over Nick Happy-Ack and about 36 points over Snyder and the rest of the chasing pack right there. Parker, Wygen, and Minch also still technically have a shot. What are you going to need to do tonight to try to get it done and bring home this championship?
Be consistent. I would say it's probably number one. Don't really put myself in a bad spot.
Yeah, and this track, going to see a lot of different lines. What are you thinking we're going to see here tonight with the varying lines, with the high line, bottom, middle, kind of everything in play with this progressive banking?
Homestead's usually a good track. It should be interesting based on I don't think it's going to be a top side down there. It's still like a bottom. If I'm right, I'm pretty sure we're going to be racing at nighttime, so this practice session really kind of struggling in it right now, but I'm not really fully worried about the night race. It's a little bit so kind of hoping now it's not a day race.
Yeah, I did notice we have we do not have static weather here tonight, which I know we've had static weather in most races here, which had a lot to do with the way qualifying's done. But tonight I believe we're doing the day to night transition, so we got to have active weather so we can have that sunshine.
I love that.
And well, any other last comments, sponsor shout outs before we let you get back to practicing here?
Yeah, just got to shout out 213 somewhere. Fast lane. Hopefully the car's faster than what it is right now in practice. And, Noah Blackwell for making this paint scheme and also sponsoring the race tonight, so hopefully we get that done for him. And hopefully put on a show for everybody watching.
Yeah, and that is your current championship leader, Hunter Peach, entering tonight with a 2 points lead. Hopefully we'll be talking to you again at the end of the night, Hunter. Good luck.
Really hope so. You have a good one.
That was our points leader, Hunter Peach. And Josh, I believe you're going to be catching up with our second place points man, Nick Happy-Ack.
Yeah. Hey, Nick. How's it going?
Oh, it is going a lot better than it was at the beginning of this practice session. I don't know what I showed up in, but it wasn't a fast race car, that is for sure.
Well, you currently are 5th in practice right now, and I think you had I know you've had a really great race last week to put you in a position right now to where you are 2 points behind Peach. So, what's the focus on tonight? I mean, are you gonna be worried about where Hunter Peach is all night, or just kind of trying to put the best possible race together that you have and not even have to worry about Peach?
I I mean, it's going to be hard not to focus on him. But, I mean, since I think it was Pocono, or it might have been even earlier than that. I think North Wilkesboro was before Pocono. My worst finish besides Kansas, where I got hooked by the 76, has been 4th. So, I really just think doing what I've been doing and not losing focus, not trying to beat anybody in particular, and just go out and do what I need to do and act like it's a typical week and go out and try and win the race. And because I mean, you can't rely on bad fortune, because all of these guys have pretty much done the same thing as far as finishes. It's going to be hard. I mean, Peach has ran an amazing season, and he's beat me a lot more than I've beat him in that win column. So I'm going to have to turn up the heat a little bit, I guess, tonight, and just go out there and do everything I can to win the race.
This league has a lot of history, a lot of different racing ventures, as far as, you know, starting on NASCAR 15, heading over to NASCAR Heat games, being on iRacing, and you've won 3 championships from what I see, and including one on iRacing, which was the very first season the NAOR was on iRacing. What is it going to mean to add a 4th one if you can do it?
I can tell you it would be the hardest one that I've won yet. I mean, I'm coming off, I think I'm like maybe my 10th, 12th season, somewhere in there. I've done a lot of seasons with NAOR, and I've gotten multiple wins, or at least a win every one of those seasons, except for last year. And that was kind of the wake-up call for me, like, you know, hey, you know, you can't just plateau. You always got to try to better yourself, and there's always room for improvement. And when you think you've hit the top and you think you're as fast as you could possibly be, somebody shows up and is faster. And that was last year, the 00, and at the time I think he was the 92, but the 48 this year, Parker. And it was humbling. It made me realize, like, hey, you know, I'm not doing something right. And off season, I took some classes, took some lessons, and really studied up on videos and racing fundamentals and how to save tire and save fuel and everything that I wasn't able to do before. And I feel like this year I've really showed up. I'm not showing a lot of wins, but I've got a lot of top 5s and top 10s. And I just think that if I can win the championship tonight, it was by far the toughest one I've ever had to get, and it's gonna probably mean the most.
I got one more question for you before we let you go. Focus on watching qualifying and getting ready for qualifying yourself. I believe, I don't remember word for word what you said, but I can get you as close to possible. And that was earlier this season, especially talking about picks to win. It was kind of this running joke of, it seemed like every time I picked you did bad. And then finally you said, you know what? I don't care. You can pick me, because if things keep going the way they are, it surely could mean this old dog still has it. My question is, does this old dog still have it?
I think this old dog still got it. And I'm going to go out there and give it everything I got. And you know what? If I don't come away with the championship tonight, I know it wasn't from lack of trying. And I'm just going to go fast and turn left and hope for the best. The one thing I can say, though, tonight is I want every competitor that has a mathematical shot in this tonight. I want every one of us to be running at the end. I don't want anybody to win this because of somebody else's misfortune. I want whoever wins it to win it off pure speed. And I feel like that's going to be, if I were to win it because somebody else wrecked out, it wouldn't have the same feel. And I want to see everybody running.
All right. Well, good luck to you. And maybe, just maybe, we'll talk to you a little bit later.
I hope so. I got my fingers crossed. But hey, worst case scenario, I'll go out there and put on a good show for you guys. So.
Alrighty. Go have some fun.
Alrighty, y'all have a good one.
And that was Nick Kapiak, driver,
Yeah,
second in points.
yeah, and right now qualifying getting underway with the Gamer Subs C4 Energy NJB Designs Ford of Noah Blackwell. He's gonna be our first car out on track, and we should see what episode qualifying. Actually, at the end of practice, we had a new fastest time set by Casey Wygett. He basically did the Ross Chastain Martinsville line and went a second faster, because you do have to give up a lot of speed in these corners, so you can gain a lot of time just bouncing it off the wall, but not a lot in that. Blackwell, though, haven't seen him that much this season. Had other stuff going on, I'm sure, but good to see him coming out here tonight as you see him go to the bottom here in 1 and 2. That's interesting to look for. I know sometimes in some vehicles with this track, that high line in 1 and 2 can be there for qualifying. You usually don't want to run the very top in 3 and 4 because there's a big bump up top that'll send you towards the wall, but he's going to try to cut it back down to the bottom here. Comes off and turning forward to complete his lap. Hoping to set a good marker lap. Sun starting to set behind this clouds right now is a 32.924 for Noah Blackwell. That's actually a really good time. Track's probably picked up some speed from practice, but that actually was faster than any time that was run by anybody all of practice, and was over a second faster than his fastest practice time. So huge pickup for Noah Blackwell. And next out on track, we have the number 23 Columbia Sportswear Company Toyota Camry of Jose Ruiz. Bubba Wallace scheme on that car tonight. Jose, playoff driver. Unfortunately, one of our 2 playoff drivers who enters tonight mathematically eliminated, and unfortunately had to miss a race in this round, and hasn't had a great finish in the other races since the start of the playoffs, but likely going to be battling tonight with battling tonight with Zachary Meredith. Or even then, I don't even catch him, so he's probably going to come home last in points, or last of the playoff drivers, 8th in points, as he runs a 33.275 to go P2 behind Noah Blackwell. Next out on track will be the number 9 Pizza and Wings Podcast Chevrolet of Chase McGuire. As you're seeing these cars run the bottom right now, already seeing a lot of pickup from practice times. And a lot of sunset, and how you deal with the changing tracks. I know it's been a challenge this year, like especially in like slide job, where the race, practice, and qualifying are always different track conditions. As Chase McGuire goes second fastest with 33.083. Next up, we got Mike Campbell, 71 Castrol Ford Mustang, running that Brad Keselowski, and that Brad Keselowski drove victory at Darlington this past Sunday. Looking to repeat that, Campbell's had not the best season. Last week, though, really showed a lot of speed at New Atlanta last week, and put himself in a spot to potentially be there at the end. Eventually, caught up with some incidents late, but really strong performance from him. I think he's going to look to build on as he struggles to get down to the bottom here in 3 and 4. Off of turn 4, and that will be a 33.738 for Mike Campbell, P4 of the 4 cars that have taken time so far. Next out, we have number 99 Pizza and Wings Gaming Ford Mustang for Dylan Chappell. Chappell was fastest for a lot of that practice session, ended up being the 3rd fastest in practice, only behind Pacey Wygant and Giovanni Klein. And he ran the second fastest, actually, clean lap as far as I'm aware. Weisman's lap came bouncing it off the wall. Chappell gonna run the top here in 3 and 4 and see if that maybe picks up for him. And a good lap, 33.090 P3. And you see there that run line running the top, basically same lap time as we saw from Blackwell and McGuire. So not a huge difference between the two lanes. Is now the number 17 Pizza and Wing Podcast Ford of Zachary Meredith. Now out there, another one of our playoff drivers. Unfortunately, else just like Ruiz, I believe already mathematically eliminated from the playoffs, going to likely be the 7th place finisher in points, but has had a strong season, culminated in that win, I believe, at Talladega. And he's going to look to keep up the success here tonight as he goes to the bottom of 3 and 4. 4 and 2 the line. It will be a 32.907 from Meredith. That puts him P1. He goes to the top of the board ahead of Noah Blackwell. Next out, the number 84 CMR Designs Pizza and Wings Podcast Only Cheese Ford Mustang for Giovanni Klein. He was P2 in practice, hoping to back it up here. As he's also going to go to the top of the racetrack, just like Dylan Chappell did. Kind of run a little bit of a diamond there in 1 and 2. That's a line I really like to run at this track, is kind of diamonding the corners, let it drift up in the center, and then turn it down on exit. See it right up there in 3 and 4. Pinch turn down a little off exit. As Giovanni Klein runs a 32.971 P3 for Giovanni. Next out, we have the number 14 Happy Yak Racing Challenge. Ford Mustang, Nathan Lehman. And Lehman, probably not as quite as successful a season as he was hoping for. We saw him have some decent speed early in the season, but kind of seems to have dropped off towards the end of it. Playoff driver here, or not playoff driver here, came semi-close to making the playoffs in the AmsOil Truck Series, but was unfortunately not able to. A lot of spots got taken by winners, and my own Mickey Mouse way of getting in. Lehman goes 7th fastest at 33.521 for Nathan Lehman. Next out, we got the 22 NJBDesigns.com JCTV Ford Mustang for Josh Arnold. Arnold, kind of a disappointing season for the owner of this league. Honestly, kind of surprised to not see him in the playoffs this year. He's usually a pretty consistent driver, and although we did see him past week, I believe, at Kansas, really showed a lot of pace. Came home, I believe, second after an early incident. A great recovery drive there, and here he goes 7th fastest at 33.382. And now our final 6 qualifiers will start. They are the 6 drivers still alive for the championship. First out, our points leader as he rolls off pit road, the number 45 Fastlane JCTV Podcast, Toyota Camry of Hunter Peach. And Josh, back to what I was saying earlier, how do you adapt to these changing conditions? This race is going to be a day-to-night transition race, and that really does have an effect on these track conditions.
Yeah, it does. It affects track temp. Currently, right now, 83 degrees Fahrenheit as they are qualifying, and it's 7:22 in sim time, and those seconds are not going by like seconds. I want to say maybe the time is set on times.
The sun is set on 2x. The time is set on 2x.
2x,
so,
yeah. So, you know, it's just
cool quicker.
It's going to get cooler. The speeds are going to get higher. More grip. And, you know, more grip could mean more aggressive driving. Hunter Peach goes P4 at 33.019.
Yeah, he was saying he didn't have a lot of single lap speed in practice either. I think, but where Peach has been really strong is he's always really strong on these long runs, and this is a track that really rewards consistency on the long run. Now out, by the way, the 00 Ford Mustang for Pacey Wygant, the PBR Racing Ford Mustang. Pacey entering tonight needs a lot to break his way. He enters tonight 5th in the points, 50 points behind Peach. Gonna need a little bit of luck here to catch Happyack and Peach, as well as Snyder and Parker, but not as strong of a season as last year. It's kind of funny. I think start of the year, we've really talked about all season how we thought it was going to be a 2-horse battle for the championship, Jonathan Parker and Pacey Wygant, and they entered tonight 4th and 5th, outsiders at the championship. Hunter Peach's rise here. Cole Snyder's made major improvements, and Happyack's had just a really strong, consistent season as Pacey Wygant comes off a turn 4 and goes to the top of the board, 32.876 for Wygant. And for somebody like Wygant, his goal tonight has got to be to just lead as many laps as possible. Next out on track, we have the number 48 Lowe's Chevrolet of Jonathan Washed Parker. I think more proof that he's washed, not winning the championship on Tuesday night in Slide Job, and then entering tonight an outsider of the championship here, 4th in points. Although I do think he's going to be a strong favorite to win the night's race, because this is a track where he is always so good at. He's coming now off a turn 4. And Jonathan Parker, P1, 32.801, 75 thousandths of a second faster than Wygant. Great lap for Parker. As now the 3rd place man in points, the number 24 Di9 Designs Chevrolet for Cole Snyder. And Snyder, a driver this season, I think we talked about it some last week, really has improved a lot this season in terms of how he drives. Last week, of course, we caught up an incident. He was very apologetic for that late race incident at Atlanta. He ended up going on to win the race, but felt bad. It seemed like he felt real bad about it. Just racing deal that happened, but he's going to try to move past it, and he's put himself in a spot where he is not outside the chances of a championship. Entering tonight's race, 3rd in points, 36 points out of the points lead as he goes P10, 33.318. Not a great lap there for Snyder. As next out, our 2nd place points man, the Juicy Spider Gaming Ford Mustang for Nick Happyack. And Happyack, as I was talking to him earlier, just been a much better season for him this year than he had last season. So he drives it in hard into 3.
P3?
Yeah, P3, a 32.885, only 8 thousandths of a second off of Pacey Wygant for Happyack. And that's 4 spots better than Hunter Peach, his main rival for the championship tonight. He interstate only 2 points back, as now final car out on track, the 94 W Ford Mustang for Jimmy Minch, running that Mark Martin throwback scheme tonight. Honestly, in my opinion, probably not the best scheme to run if you're looking to win a championship. Mark Martin, great driver, not good at winning championships. But Jimmy Minch enters tonight 6th in points, biggest long shot to win the championship, but he still does have a chance, and as say that, he goes 10th fastest, a 33.153, and that will conclude qualifying. Donnie Kite joined the session late. He will not be allowed to set a lap time due to missing his qualifying slot, so he will start 16th. 16 cars tonight for this championship race here at Homestead. And Josh, I was just thinking about this as qualifying's concluding, by the way. We'll take a look at the upcoming schedule on JCTV in a minute, but honestly, 6 drivers in a championship race at a oval with 2 straightaways, no dog legs, no nothing. Brings back some thoughts on my part, at least. See if you can get the NASCAR history I'm thinking of here.
Sometime between 2003, or I'm sorry, 2004 and
Nope.
2013.
You're way too recent.
So...
You're way too recent. 1992. 6 drivers enter the Hooters 500 at Atlanta with a chance to win the championship, or maybe it was actually might have been the Napa Auto Parts 500. It was either the Hooters or Napa Auto Parts was the race sponsor. But either way, 6 drivers into that race with a chance to win the championship. Alan Kulwicki ended up winning the championship based on laps led over Bill Elliott. Ended up being the difference. He led one more lap than Bill Elliott in that race. Davey Allison entered as the points leader and crashed out. And then Harry Gant, Kyle Petty, and I believe Mark Martin entered that race. Or not Mark Martin. There was another driver who entered that race with outside shots at the championship. But yeah, that kind of reminded me of that. So we'll here take a look at our upcoming schedule here on JCTV here in a second. If you have that pulled up ready to go, Josh.
Yeah, there's no graphic for it anymore.
Oh. Sad.
So, I mean, you could go ahead. We haven't had a graphic in several weeks.
To be fair, I don't see what's on your screen. I just call what I'm seeing.
Oh, no, you're fine.
So tomorrow night, the AmsOil Truck Series postseason continues with the first race of the round of 7 at the Iowa Speedway. Right now, swinging my home area, 2 closest tracks to me, Kansas and Iowa. I don't know what first run there is. I try to advance to the Final 4 and look forward to racing down in corn country. That'll be a lot of fun on that short track. Monday night, or sorry, we don't run Monday nights anymore. Tuesday night's over because Wednesday night we're back with the XASCAR series. They will be at the Dover Motor Speedway. The track also coming up soon on the BSR AmsOil schedule for their race there. Their season, only 3 races left in their regular season. Dover, another really fun track. I think that'll be another race that's going to be a lot of fun. And then Saturday, and then Thursday, because I apparently am terrible at days of the week, the penultimate race of the SAAC Coast to Coast Cup Series comes to you from Texas. Last night saw Jordan Kuntz pick up his, I don't know how many it is. It's a lot.
9
wins of the season. It might be. It's either 9 or 10. I think at this point.
9 wins.
Yeah, I think he's about won the championship. If anybody's wondering, it's gotten to the point where in the server of the league, there's a points with Jordan Kuntz, and then there's a points if Jordan Kuntz didn't exist. So,
can't confirm.
And actually, that's the Super Cup standings. That's why. Kuntz entering Texas with a 176 point lead. Probably not going to be caught, but still. Jordan just been dominant in that league. 9 wins, 10 top 5s, and 11 top 10s, and 13 race starts this season. Rivera's, Ollie Reeves, Ben McDonnell, and Jonathan Jurgensmeyer, your only other winners this season. That's gonna be a lot of fun. Texas is really fun. I like the new configuration on iRacing. It's a lot of fun. I think it's gotten a lot better in real life too. That's gonna be a lot of fun. And then obviously, then we will be off for Memorial Day weekend in the BSR AmsOil Truck Series and be back, I believe, the following Wednesday with some more XASCAR. Josh, I don't know if we have any special events planned or anything coming up now that we're kind of getting these off seasons. Or anything official at this point. I know we might have some ideas, but
nothing official, no.
Okay, I just wasn't sure. I hadn't seen anything, but I also. So that all said, right now warm up. Continue to go on, Josh. Let's get into our race picks real quick. And I'm saying we should do a double pick here, winner and champion, because.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And I will let you go first.
Give me just a second to get this all set up. So, what you're going to see is you're going to see Brett and myself twice on the screen for the JCTV picks. The ones on the left side are going to be race picks. The ones on the right side are going to be championship picks. As far as my race pick, I'm going to go Basic Legend. And he's had an interesting season. But he started off the season with a win. we know he still knows how to win, and I think he's able to find victory lane once again tonight. Pacey is my race pick to win.
Yeah, my race pick to win tonight, I'm going to go with the washed one, Jonathan Parker. He may be washed, but he's not washed at Homestead. I expect him to be just strong tonight, starting from the pole. I try to see him go out there and really take control of this race. I think he gets back to victory lane and gives himself an outside shot at the championship, although I don't think he's going to be able to bring home the championship.
This is tough. I can really see the championship going in Peach or Happy Act's favor. But you know what? I'm going to go with Peach. He is so good at these kind of races. He's a little bit behind Happy Act, when the race starts, but I think Peach is going to be able to get it done.
Yeah, and I go with Nick Happy Act. You left it open. I kind of don't want to pick same as you, and I think Happy Act's Peach has kind of struggled today to find pace. He's been so strong all playoffs, but this track so far not seeming to fit him a lot. So I don't know, but it could be a struggle time for Peach. So I think Happy Act's going to get it done and overcome that deficit and be, I believe you said earlier, 4-time champion in this league.
Yes, 4-time.
Yeah, I think he's going to get his 4th championship here tonight.
Let's go ahead and take a look at our starting grid real quick.
Yeah, and starting on pole tonight is the washed one, Jonathan Parker, who is outside Pacey Wygant, both of them with outside shots at the championship. Row 2, one of our 2 primary contenders, Nick Happyack. He starts 3rd alongside Zachary Meredith. Noah Blackwell and Giovanni Klein will make up the 3rd row. 7th and 8th, Hunter Peach, our other major championship contender, and Chase McGuire. And then Dylan Chappell and Jimmy Minch round out your top 10. Minch also entering tonight with an outside shot at the championship.
Jose Ruiz going to start 11th, Cole Snyder 12th. 13th, we'll see Josh Arnold, Nathan Lehman 14th. 15th, it is Mike Campbell. And shotgun, it is Donnie Kite.
Yeah, pace cars lights are off. They're going to do 1 extra pace laps here. Tonight, expected fuel window is approximately, if what Josh Arnold had said earlier is correct. I am typing into my phone calculator right now because he said how many stints it was, and I have a number of laps. We are 147 laps tonight, by the way. Not quite 150. Fuel window should be approximately 42 laps here tonight. Right now, pace car gonna take the hard left turn on the pit road, and we are gonna decide a championship. Green flag is out at Homestead. Good launch for Jonathan Parker. Able to pull ahead into turn 1. Happyack and Wygant side by side for 2nd. Happyack getting a good run off the corner on the bottom. He's gonna maybe clear Wygant. Not quite able to clear. Wygant with help coming from behind in the 17. In the turn 3, still side by side. Parker going to try it. Let's see it in his mirror. They're 3 wide behind him. Klein, Blackwell, and Meredith 3 wide for 4th. Klein able to pass it both on the outside move to the 4th, and Klein's got a big run here. Side by side now of Happyack for 3rd. Wygant clears ahead of Happyack for 2nd. But Klein flying around the outside of the track early on. Kind of saw that Rockingham a few weeks ago. Klein in the fence! Just as I was saying, he's coming forward. He got the wall. He's going to drop him back to 5th, I believe, as Meredith gets back by him. Happyack still inside Pacey Wygant. That battle continues.
Running the wall can be really sketch here. In any car you drive, but these Cup cars, it can be very, very sketch. These cars, though, they'll be able to handle a bump or 2, but you don't want to do that too many times. So right now, Giovanni Klein, he's going to be fine. And I'll tell you, as you started to mention, I'm not surprised. He's like the first one up there.
Yeah, I saw that at Rockingham, and it really worked out for him. Dylan Chappell also up there. Chappell might have caught the fence a little bit as well. Klein right now side by side of Meredith for the 4th spot. And I'm not sure. We might want to take a look at that right side if we can get a shot of it. I think I see a little bit of damage on that right front of the 84. Yeah, right front's a little crinkled. That's going to hurt his pace, especially on these straightaways, but doesn't even hurt him too much right now. He's still moving forward.
And currently P3.
Yeah, side by side of Wygen. Happy I was able to clear Wygen and move up to second. Yeah, trying to start Pete still back in 8th. Klein almost caught the fence again as he clears Wygen for 3rd. He's going to let Meredith get a run on Wygen as well. Meanwhile, Nick Hapiak, those bonus points for leading laps in his mind right now as he's starting to put the pressure on Jonathan Parker, looking for the race lead. Klein and Meredith still side by side for 3rd. Beach has moved his way up to 7th now, side by side with Chappell for 6th. Meredith not quite able to clear on Klein.
Meredith wrapping that bottom line, staying down there. It is always so funny to me, just watching all the cars, try different lines. What works, what doesn't. This guy's finding grip. See Klein, he is committed to that high line.
Yeah, and this next-gen car can be very susceptible to dirty air, so you kind of want to find a spot where you don't have a car in front of you on corner entry. It really helps your car turn. And Klein trying that as you see Meredith going to follow him up top right now. Dylan Chappell moving in the picture as well. Pete side by side of Wygen. He's going to move up to the 6th spot. So you see Meredith and Chappell also moving up the hill right now. As we are now 7 laps into here, our championship finale. And right now for Jonathan Parker, he just wants to stay in front of this race. He is still looking up an outside shot. As it runs right now, Hapiak would be the champion, but if Parker can pick up a bonus, every point's going to help him in his chance for a championship. Big run for Klein on Hapiak. He decides not to take it. Meredith was shoving him there down the backstretch. Peach still running the bottom, and he's trying to get under Chappell, and I think the top line seems like it's starting to back up a little bit.
One thing to remember, points are in this series are not like the NASCAR points, so it's not a positional point where Peach is 2 points behind, or I'm sorry, ahead of Hapiak. So to put that in perspective, with Hapiak in 2nd right now, if Peach were to get 4th, that would not make them tie. If it were NASCAR standards, the way it is it's 5 points position if you are in positions 1 through 8. And then it is 4 points position. So we're looking at 10, 15, 20 points difference right now between Hapiak and Peach as far as on track. So 18 points would be the difference of Hapiak getting the championship if the race ended right this second.
Disregarding bonus points, it's basically going to be the highest finish of those two. There's an off chance bonus points could decide it if it comes down to that. And right now, in fact, Hunter Peach does have the fastest lap of the race at the moment, which is a bonus point. So that could, you never know, that could play big. As right now, Meredith and Klein side by side for 3rd, Peach side by side with Chappell for 5th. But Meredith didn't get a good run off the corner. Chappell going to take advantage of that, maybe try to move up himself up to the 4th spot. Giovanni Klein now looking to the outside of Nick Hapiak. He's looking to take over the 2nd position. Klein gonna do it. Move Giovanni Klein up the 2nd. Hapiak decides not to block. Chappell gonna come through as well. Move Dylan Chappell up the 3rd. And Peach now right behind Nick Hapiak as he's to the outside of Zachary Meredith for 5th. Hapiak gonna slot in now in 4th. Peach now right behind him. Meredith still in that. Go ahead, Josh.
Hapiak went to the eye line there. Peach followed.
Peach now going to try to go under Zachary Meredith. Peach had only went to the top, I think, to try to pass Zachary Meredith. He's been mainly running the bottom, and it's been working really well for him. That's where Pete all season's been so strong on these longer runs. Pete's a little bit of a blink there from Peach off the corner. Big blink, actually.
Yeah.
He's running climb on it, caught the wall a little bit as Chapel to his side looking for the second spot.
Happy X there as well.
Yeah, all these cars under a blinker right now. Jonathan Parker kind of a little bit of a lead now out in front of the field.
This is kind of reminding me of like last season NAOR, the Gen 6 cars. You know, start of the race, Jonathan Parker's up front. Everybody is so close, just trying to generate the momentum of the runs. And later, tires started to wear. Everything started to spread out. But it was still Jonathan Parker who was able to pull away with that clean air. Right now, I'm kind of getting those kind of vibes.
Yeah, and right now the bottom doesn't. It kind of is coming and going right now. Happy X seems to be struggling a little bit right now to make speed. Meredith looks like he's going to pass him for fourth, and that means Peach and Happy Act now running fifth and sixth, nose to tail. Other thing to watch for, and just you can. I don't have it in front of me what our bonus points exactly are for these most laps, but with the drivers running where they are, Parker would be gaining 20 points without bonus points, plus he's led the most laps so far, so that would be put Parker in with a shout, especially if Happy Act and Peach fall back, as Happy Act and Peach now side by side for the fifth spot and what would be the current championship lead. Peach unable to get the job done. Chapel now, Meredith going to look to his outside looking for the third spot. He's going to give a little bump to Giovanni Klein.
So for leading the most laps, it is 3 bonus points, which is the most bonus points the driver can get tonight in a single category.
Gotcha. Peach still all over the back. Oh, big move to the bottom there. Peach kind of had to check up for Happy a little bit on entry. Wygant tried to take advantage. He's under Peach, looking for the sixth spot. Wygant not quite able to clear him. Noah Blackwell also right there. Another thing to watch for if we stay green is this pit road is treacherous to get onto. One of the most difficult pit roads to get onto and get down to the pit road speed limit. It's a very tight pit road entry and it comes up on you very fast out of turn 4. That's something to look for if we do in fact have green flag stops tonight, as Peach once again looking under Nick Happyack. Not quite able to generate that momentum. And Josh, here in the past, we've even seen Calamity under caution on pit road here. I remember, I think, season 2 of the AmsOil DSR Truck Series, there was a multiple car incident on pit road entry. So it's going to be really interesting to watch. That could be where this championship is won and lost here tonight.
Oh, definitely.
Peach looks like he got a little tight there on exit. Had to maybe check up a little bit. Wygant to his inside now, looking for sixth. Ooh, Chapel might have gotten the wall up in front. Klein, Meredith, and Chapel, 3 non-playoff drivers running there as Peach side by side with Wygant looking for the 6th position. Wygant gonna clear him here into turn 1 and 2. And he's going to look now at look to maybe get by Happyack as well. He's side by side with Happyack off the corner. Happyack going to get a better run off, and Peach and Wygant going to tuck in the line right behind him.
I think this is the classic Pacey Wygant we've been missing all season long. You know, qualifying up front, being up there, but kind of backing pace down just a little bit, letting everybody else go up there, have some fun, and start passing on a later run. That's what really made Pacey Wygant so successful last season. Just, you know, again, change of car from last season, the Gen 6, to this season, Gen 7, I think has really affected Pacey Wygant a lot. But he's still been up there. He's still been having great races. Just not the success he had last season.
Yeah, another part we'll keep an eye on right now is Zachary Meredith. Interstate outside a chance of the playoff driver, but Interstate really, I believe, no chance of the championship, or if he does, it is very, very slim. But he is currently running in the 2nd position, and he is been running pretty consistent, sometimes better, sometimes worse lap times than Jonathan Parker. So Zachary Meredith, he's been doing a good job. He's been running the bottom, and I think that bottom line a lot of times will take care of your tires a little bit better. As Dylan Chappell catches the fence a little bit in 1 and 2. And Hunter Peach has actually been passed by Noah Blackwell.
Yeah, Peach has fallen off just a little bit.
He's been struggling. It looks like I've seen a couple times where it appears he's kind of tight off the corner, had to check up.
I think right now he just needs to maximize what he can.
And as it stands right now, Jonathan Parker's now within 10 points. I believe 1 or 2 positions of Happy Egg losing 1 or 2 positions of catching him. So right now, this title's really up in the air at the moment. With Happy Egg and Peach, especially Peach, kind of struggling here on this long run. He's the slowest car in our top. He actually was the slowest car on track last lap. Actually, sorry, 1,000 of a second faster than Mike Campbell, but they're the slowest car on track for Hunter Peach. Wygent, meanwhile, now looking under Dylan Chappell for the 4th position. Not quite able to get it done. And Zachary Meredith has started pulling away from Giovanni Klein, who seems to be dropping off as well. Wygent again on the bottom. He's going to clear Chappell, but not able to clear Klein, and not able to slide up. Big run off the corner for the 99. Meredith still running pretty even lap times with Parker. Chappell goes on looking to get by Klein, not able to get the run off. He's going to check up a little bit. Wygent going to look to his outside for 3rd. And move Casey Wygent up to the 3rd spot. At the same time, Cole Snyder running the top, closing in on Hunter Peach for the 8th spot. With Wygent now looking to the inside of Klein for 3rd. Wygent going to try to drive it in hard in the 1 and 2, and he is going to clear Giovanni Klein. Move Casey Wygent up to 3rd.
So, again, take it how you will, but I believe right now with the way things stand, the way the drivers are running right now, and bonus points being a factor, John Parker is 2 points behind Nick Hapiak, but Hapiak is underneath Dylan Chappell.
Yeah, Peach does still have the fastest lap bonus, by the way. Peach is still struggling. He's down to pass by Cole Snyder and under pressure to Chase McGuire. Hapiak trying to get by Dylan Chappell. Right now, every point mattering. Probably about 15 laps or so from scheduled pit stops here. Hapiak, Chappell kind of diving in the corner, kind of down from Hapiak. Hapiak not able to get the run off that he was looking for. Meredith actually dropped off a lot last lap. The only car not really falling off right now is Jonathan Parker. And let's just say before this race how he's so strong at this track. Last lap, actually Donnie Kite, Jimmy mentioned Josh Arnold, who's been really backing up their pace at the back of the field, are pretty quick right now. But Parker was 5 tenths faster than every other driver in the top 10 right now. Actually 4 tenths faster. Casey Wygent was 4 tenths off of him. But Jonathan Parker out in front of his field starting to really put the pressure on. And that's why he's so strong here. He does a great job of managing tires, and they really do fall off here as Hunter Peach has been passed by Chase McGuire. Drop him back to 10th, and here comes Josh Arnold. Peach going to drop all the way to 11th, and looks like Lehman's going to be fine as well. Hunter Peach backsliding down the field. The points leader entering tonight, not having the day he was looking for so far. Hapiak still looking to get by Chappell. Might be able to finally do it here, and he will move Nick Hapiak back up the 5th. As Lehman's going to clear Peach for the 11th spot.
So just put this out there. 3 points if you lead the most laps. 2 points if you lead 1 or more laps. So right now, 5 bonus points to Jonathan Parker. He's the only driver to have led any laps tonight, which means he's also led the most so far. So give that 5 points to Jonathan Parker.
Yeah. If he keeps this up, he's going to make it a lot easier for us having to do the math on those laps led.
Oh, yes, yes. And then drivers that finish with 0 incident points also get a bonus point.
And I believe nobody has picked up an incident point so far. Happyak now under Giovanni Klein, looking for the 4th spot. And also, I believe fastest lap is a bonus point, correct?
Oh, yeah, I skipped, yep. You are correct. 1 bonus point for fastest lap, which is to Hunter Peach right now.
Yeah, and there is no bonus point for the pole. Happyak, by the way, looking for the 4th spot at the moment under Giovanni Klein. And if there's going to be a 3-stop race here today, if you're thinking this race is going to be a 3-stop race, I would expect drivers coming down pit road around lap 36. So 3 laps from now. You can run it to 42, but if you're wanting to kind of just split these stages, these stints evenly, I see him pit stop soon as Happyak still side by side with Giovanni Klein. And Jonathan Parker's now leading by 3.5 seconds. He is pulling away from the rest of the field. He was 2 tenths faster than everybody else last lap. Josh Arnold, the only truck car even somewhat close to him. He's moved up to 8, but he's 7 seconds behind Jonathan Parker. Happyak able to clear Klein.
Incredible.
As Dylan Chappell. Happyak to 4th, Chappell to 5th. Parker's doing everything he needs to do to win the championship, but right now Happyak is doing enough, so it would still be Happyak as our champion. Hunter Peach has fallen all the way back to 13. Donnie Kite's now got him by him. Just not the run that he was hoping for here tonight. Struggling a lot on this long run. He is 2 tenths slower last lap than anybody else on track. Battle is on for the position. Chase McGuire under Cole Snyder. Snyder, no driver in tonight with a decent, with not a bad chance of winning the championship, but right so far tonight, not really. He needs basically to win and to pick up some bonus points. And so far tonight, not getting it done out in front. McGuire unable to complete the pass though.
Cole Snyder finished 3rd last week in Atlanta. He was so close to getting the win.
Last week, wasn't it?
Yes.
Or am I being stupid? Okay. Yeah, earlier tonight said Cole Snyder had won last week. That was my bad. I remember him apologizing in his post-race interview, and I thought that was out in victory lane, but I found out he was actually finishing 3rd. So, though, he's still side by side of Chase McGuire, though, here looking for that 9th spot. Happyak.
I was just going to say, tonight's race, 36 points behind Hunter Peach.
Yeah, Chase McGuire not quite able to get by still. Still, fastest car on track by over 2 tenths of a second is that 48 of Jonathan Parker. Now over a 5-second lead for the 48. Chase McGuire was able to get by Cole Snyder, and now Nathan Lehman going to try to go by him as well. Move Nathan Lehman up to 10. Cole Snyder back to 11.
Now, Nick Happyak, he wasn't able to get up into 4th after making a pass on Giovanni Klein and Dylan Chappell, but right here, Chappell to the outside. Chappell's got to reel to back in, but on the other hand, I'm looking at 22 machine. He is so good on the long runs. It's Josh Arnold. That could be some points taken away.
That's always been Arnold's strong suit. He's a great long run driver. He is not the fastest qualifier, Honestly, kind of similar to my own abilities. I feel usually pretty good on long runs, but it's just the short runs are not my strong suit. Thank you for saving Arnold, but he's doing a great job here as he's now looking to get by Dylan Chappell for the 5th spot. As we complete lap 40, green flag pit stops expected soon. If you can make it to about lap 49, you can make that would be what would be necessary to make it on 2 stops. I think that'd be worth it if you can do it, but I don't know if the fuel is going to be there. That's Josh Arnold now looking to get by Nick Hapiak in 4th.
It's pretty much going to do it. He does.
Yeah, and Dylan Chappell either just throughput or blinked out. I don't know what happened there, but he disappeared.
He's back.
And, oh, that was back. He was gone for half a lap, though.
Yeah.
So I was focusing on him to call that battle, and suddenly I did not have a battle. Parker's lead, by the way, now out to 6.5 seconds, just pulling away out in front of this field as Arnold did get by Hapiak for the 4th spot. Hunter Peach, by the way, has dropped all the way to 15th, only ahead of Mike Campbell right now. Just not what he needed tonight as he looks for the championship. Over a half a lap behind Jonathan Parker, and we are only 40 laps into this race. Come on, lap 42. This is
I don't see activity or slow cars.
I have a theory.
Is there a car that maybe got sideways but did a great job?
No, Josh Arnold was trying to push his hitting in button and hit the caution button. So we're under caution for competition caution here. Teams will be able to come down pit road and check tire wear. Love to see it. I think everybody going to be coming down pit road here.
It is Florida, so it probably rained earlier in the day. But not.
Yeah, decent chance of it. As they all come down pit road, Jonathan Parker going to lead them down. On to pit road, everybody should be taking 4 tires and fuel. If you're not, you are probably making a terrible error in judgment.
If you're not taking 4 tires and fuel here, I want to know just why. You can get away with taking 2 tires with the Cup cars, but not after 42 laps.
I would not try it.
Not after 42 laps.
If we have like 10 to go for a championship, 100% as Jonathan Parker appears, he's going to win the race off of pit road. Giovanni Klein taking some damage. Hunter Peach coming out back in 14th. Giovanni Klein and Mike Campbell with extended stays on pit road. Campbell now exiting. Giovanni Klein still in his box. So to reset our running order, our leader, the 48 of Jonathan Parker, been in complete control of this race so far. Zachary Meredith 2nd, Pacey Wedge 3rd, Josh Arnold 4th, Hapiak 5th, Chappell 6th, Blackwell 7th, McGuire 8th, Lehman 9th, Donnie Kite 10th. Rest of the field, Cole Snyder, Jimmy Minch, Jose Ruiz, Hunter Peach, Mike Campbell, and Giovanni Klein. Everybody is still on the lead lap. Hopefully the lights in the pace car will be going off this time by, and we'll be going green next time by the start finish line. And so far, Parker doing all he needs to do to possibly take home this championship.
Peach actually coming back down pit road. Peach and Campbell are.
And I'm wondering, there might be a chance you can stretch it and make it on 1 stop from here. And I'm thinking that's Hunter Peach's plan, because he is not I don't think he has the pace to win this race on pace and to win this championship on pace. So, and that's exactly what he does. He stops in his box for only 4 seconds, tops it off on fuel. So Peach going to try to maybe go on the alternate strategy only going to lose one spot by doing that. So that's probably the reason for that call. Lights on the pace car are out as they roll down the backstretch. It's going to be Jonathan Parker leading us back to the green flag. And if you're going to want to get by him, you're going to have to do it almost immediately, or else I don't think you're going to be catching that 48 here tonight.
Yeah, I've got a list pulled up. I'm just typing in my phone on my notes, my notepad section that I have on my phone of bonus points, especially lap sled tonight. It's pretty easy who has bonus points for lap sled, and that is Jonathan Parker. These other guys, they're going to need some help with points. They need to get past Parker to do so.
Pace car, left turn, green flag, back out in the air. Great launch from Jonathan Parker. Meredith spun his tires. Going to kind of stack up behind. That's going to help Happyak, who's on that inside line behind Wygant. Happyak going to pass Arnold for fourth. Maybe look for Meredith for third. Part of the I want to keep my eye on here is Hunter Peach. I'm wondering, I kind of want to see his onboard here and see if he's saving fuel. And no clutch in at least for Peach, so. Meanwhile, Happyak up in the fourth was looking under Meredith. Arnold under pressure from Chappell for fifth. Chappell drives in hard to the outside.
I think Happyak needs to be careful here. There is so much bait.
Meredith, big move to the bottom under Wygant.
There is so much bait for Happyak to take to drive it in, get positions right now, try to get out of this hornet's nest, but he can't. He needs to be careful. Save those tires.
Yeah, and right now, Happyak would be the champion when we run, so the move is definitely for him to not risk it at this point. Like, Chappell's going to look to his outside, but if one or two, I think he can get past by two more cars and still be in position. If I'm correct. Dylan Chappell going to get by, and that's going to drop him to fifth, but unless Arnold can also get, unless two more can buy him, he's still in good shape. Arnold, good takeoff speed here. He was really good on the long run last time. He might be another contender to look at as this race continues to progress. As McGuire looks at his inside, Happyak looking under Chappell. Hunter Peach has pulled up, has gotten up to the 12th spot now.
How about Giovanni Klein?
Yeah, Giovanni Klein took damage, started at the back. He is already up to 6th. He is not saving tires. That running the Kyle Larson, Tyler Reddick line up against the boards right now. He's going to go by Happyak. It's going to drop Happyak to 6th, and I believe if your math was correct earlier, 2 points now separate Parker and Happyak as they run.
And I'll tell you, it wasn't. That'd be 25 points. 25 points without bonus points. Give them 30. What they enter the race? 37. So I believe it's going to be a difference of 5 points right now.
5 points back, but if Happyak loses one more position, they would be tied, and I believe the tiebreaker goes to Jonathan Parker.
Probably.
But we also have while we were focused on that, we've kind of changed for the lead. Pulled a Fox and missed the change for the lead. Zachary Meredith just drove around Jonathan Parker. Got a big run off of turn 4. He's pushing hard on the tires. Parker, I think, is just going to be content to ride there, but Parker still easily controlled the most laps led. I believe he led the first 49 laps of this race, but Parker finally has lost the race lead for the first time tonight. Hunter Peach, by the way, is up to the 8th spot.
Another driver that wants to have a say. It's Chappell. He catches the wall ever so slightly off, too.
Oh, Josh Arnold also caught the wall a little bit out of turn 2 there.
Here comes Jonathan Parker making a move on Meredith. I think Meredith might have caught the wall as well. He's in the wall again.
Yeah, and Jonathan Parker back to the race lead. Here comes Pacey Wygant. Parker, the defending champion, looking to go back-to-back, and he's basically said tonight that he's not done yet. And meanwhile, we got a battle which would be for the championship. Peach has caught Happyak. The battle is on for 6th and what would be the points lead. Peach to the bottom into 3. They are going to be side by side on the exit of turn 4. Right now, this is the battle for the championship, regardless of what happens out in front of the field. Happy going to pull back ahead and clear Peach down the front stretch. Peach going to look to the high side here in 1 and 2.
I really think the problem was that Peach overdrove his car, and those tires got heated and never really could cool down.
I'm a little concerned that he's doing the same thing because he is running. He just ran one. He just ran a lap that was faster than any lap run by another driver today last time by. Only other drivers that run faster laps are Giovanni Klein, and he still has the fastest lap, which will play a factor here. Peach looking to the bottom. Happyack lane up, but Peach not quite able to get there.
And Happyack knows the situation. He's battling Peach hard here.
And Noah Blackwell going to try to get by Peach as well here. He goes to the bottom here in 1 and 2. Or sorry, 3 and 4, my bad. Peach pulling back, staying ahead of Blackwell. Peach going to the bottom, Happyack running the top. We've seen kind of both lines working for different people. Peach able to stay at. Happyack gets a good launch off the corner, and here comes Blackwell again on Peach. Dylan Chappell's actually moved up to 2nd. Meredith the 3rd. Wyche back to 4th now, by the way. As Blackwell slides up in front of Peach. Big slide job. But Peach going to cross it back over, go back to the bottom.
Peach, I don't think you really can afford to battle with Blackwell right now. Let him go up there, battle with Happyack.
Yeah, and he's stuck side by side on exit.
That's going to hurt. Oh, so much momentum.
And this is about the part of the last run where we saw Peach start to really fall off, so he's got to be careful here. He's going to slide in front of Arnold. Here comes Arnold. Peach starting to slide back again. You know, Happyack, Blackwell is looking on Happyack, and if Blackwell gets by Happyack, I believe that would put Parker and Happyack into a tie if our math is correct. And that would give the championship to Parker. Peach will win it if he finishes 7th above and ahead of Happyack.
Well, Peach once again underneath Happyack. They are 2 by 2. Blackwell with the run. He's going to get clear of Peach.
Yeah, and here comes Blackwell to the bottom looking to get by Happyack.
Peach running that Kyle Larson line.
Blackwell clears Happyack. And now, as it stands, Jonathan Parker leads the points. As Peach goes to the inside of Happyack. Peach going to clear Happyack, and I believe that gives Peach back the points lead as it stands. Happyack going to get the run off and go back ahead. Right now, every position mattering for those guys, for Happyack and Peach, as they battle side by side and burn off their stuff. And I don't know if Jonathan Parker can see him in the mirror. He's got a couple cars between him and them, but if he can see that, he is loving that.
You know, Jonathan Parker, he said straight up, he's paying attention to points. And I don't know what his mindset is like in races all that much. But I think he's taking into account what is going on right now. I think he knows how these guys are doing, the point situation, and he's cheering them on to continue battling and drop positions.
Yeah, he enters that race though, like he's doing exactly what he needs to do, which is just pick up as many points as possible. He is already close, I believe, to clinching our most laps led bonus. If he just keeps doing what he's doing, he's going to be in a really good shape to possibly win this championship. The only thing that's kind of not working in his favor right now is there's a couple cars in front of Happyack who really have fallen off on long runs tonight. Giovanni Klein, Noah Blackwell, Dylan Chappell, all of them kind of struggled a little bit on the longer runs as Happyack still trying to get by Blackwell. Peach is still right there, and if Peach gets by Happy Egg, Peach would be ahead of Parker. I believe as they run right now, if Peach doesn't get by him, as Peach looks at the bottom, Happy Egg and Parker are tied in the points with the tiebreaker going to Jonathan Parker. I'm assuming we're using the NASCAR tiebreaking system of number of wins, the number of seconds, and so on and so forth down the running orders, which Parker has won 3 more races so far this season than Happy Egg. If Peach blinks out, that's a little scary. Back Happy Egg.
Actually,
slot back in line.
Happy Egg might have it by 2, because it is 37 points. There's 30 points between them right now. Bonus points of the 5 that Parker would be getting. That's 2 points. Also, Arnold has gotten around Peach.
Yes.
And Arnold actually looking to get around Happy Egg as well.
Well, now Jonathan Parker is our points leader.
Yeah, he's cleared him.
Now Arnold makes the move. We're all trying to figure this out as it goes along, so.
Lucky for you guys, math was my best subject in school, so I'm fairly confident in my numbers.
I have a college degree in mathematics, so I should be confident, but I'm not. They make you learn all this math for engineering, and then you pretty much just do basic arithmetic all day. So, you know, like I can do like calculus and stuff, but I don't think the last time I did it was probably in college.
I never took calculus. Put calculus in front of me, and I'd be screwed. Calculus, trigonometry.
That trick sucks. Happy Egg, big run on Blackwell. And once again, to put Happy Egg back into the points lead, is he's going to pull ahead of Blackwell. He needs to clear him here. I believe he will. Blackwell going to have the run off, though, on the high side.
Blackwell tried to cross over, decided not to.
Yeah, going to give Happy Egg a push. That puts Nick Happy Egg back in the points lead as it stands. Blackwell, though, looking to his outside here. I think this championship could very well come down to getting on and off pit road. I said earlier, but like that plus when you pit, you gain a lot of time. You can gain a couple seconds possibly by pitting early. Not a lot of tire fall off here. Like only probably about a half second of fall off to a second at the end of these runs. It's gonna gain you time to pit early, but you don't have the tires don't fall off super quickly, so it's gonna be hard to crawl. If people behind you pit early and get ahead of you, it's going to be hard to claw that back. So it's going to be interesting to watch here as Giovanni Klein and Josh Arnold right now battling for the 5th spot. Arnold looking to clear him. Arnold running forward once again. Arnold actually was the fastest driver last lap. On track at the moment as he clears Giovanni Klein for 5th. Arnold's just driving it in on that bottom and making really good lap time at the moment. Jonathan Parker started to pull a little bit away out to a 2.5 lead over second place Pacey Wygen at the moment. Arnold now looking to get by Zachary Meredith. He is going to do so for the 4th spot. Now side by side with Dylan Chappell for 3rd. Not quite able to get by him. Going to slot back in the line. Once again, they're going to dive it hard to the bottom. That 22 of Josh Arnold on the move right now, as he is going to clear Dylan Chappell, move Josh Arnold into the 3rd spot.
You know, I didn't say it out loud, but I was thinking in my head, just watching Chappell, Meredith, and Klein really battle and running up against that wall, that this would hurt them in the long run. And with the position that Happy Egg was in, you know, as long as he continued to take care of his stuff, it was just going to bring him closer to them and start, you know, getting the points back. And, you know, I think
Hunter Peach, by the way, just got by Noah Blackwell and is closing back in on Happy Egg as well. Peach starting to a little pace. Oh, big bump for Blackwell on the backstretch there. Zachary Meredith now looking under Dylan Chappell. Meredith going to clear for the 4th spot. Josh Arnold now closing in on Casey White for the 2nd spot. Parker's lead now almost out to 2 seconds.
And Arnold actually going to look underneath Wygent.
Yeah, to his quarter panel. He's going to dive it into the corner. Josh Arnold clears Wygent easily. Josh Arnold into the 2nd spot now. And Arnold's the only car I could see possibly having the pace to run down Jonathan Parker here tonight.
I think you're right. Arnold is so incredible on long runs, and unfortunately, we just don't get to see him really showcase that long run speed all the time.
And right now, he's got clean air until he catches a Jonathan Parker. Also, we're about to encounter some lap traffic. I don't know what happened to Jose Ruiz on that last restart, but he is only about 4 seconds in front of 3 or 4 seconds in front of Jonathan Parker at the moment, and really struggling. I don't know if he got some damage or what happened, but that 23 car struggling right now. And green flag pit stop's probably once again coming in about probably 10 laps or so. If you can make it to about lap 98, you should be able to make it on one stop. Actually, probably lap 99, 100 would for sure make it. So we're gonna maybe have some people go for it. Like, if you can make it on one stop, the fall off is not enough where you're gonna probably lose this race with a 2-stop strategy. So I wonder if you're like somebody like Jonathan Parker, you've got a big lead right now. Do you maybe consider backing off, trying to save some fuel and cover that strategy? Oh, Cole Snyder and Noah Blackwell right now going at it for 11th. They almost got together there in 3 and 4. Snyder going to get by him for the 11th spot.
And actually, Donnie Kite closing on in on this battle.
Donnie Kite's, just like Josh Arnold's, been really strong on the longer runs. Hunter Peach under pressure from Chase McGuire right now for the 8th spot. Peach looks like he's, once again, his tires have started to kind of go away. He was closing on the for a little bit, now starting to fall down. Pressure on him.
The one thing for Peach, though, is he's done a great job at managing his tires a lot better than last time. And, still up there. Obviously losing time too. Happy I can under fire from McGuire and Lehman right now. But definitely an improvement for Peach.
Yeah, that's about all you can do. As Jonathan Parker, even with Josh Arnold pretty much clean air in front of him, has kept pulling away. Jose Ruiz now in danger of going a lap down. Up till this point, nobody has lost a lap in this race. That would Jose Ruiz be the first driver to go a lap down here tonight, as Jonathan Parker going to go under the 23 and put him a lap down into turn 3. Lehman has also got him by Peach, and right now, Lehman and McGuire both not they're side by side right now for the 8th spot, but both of them are not running bad lap times, and they're going to see if they can start closing in on Nick Hapiak.
Kite's going to look underneath Peach.
Donnie Kite's moving forward right now. He is one of our 4 fastest cars on track. Right now, 4 fastest cars are guys who will always do a good job of saving tire. Or actually, 5 fastest cars. Minch, Kite, Wygent, Arnold, and Jonathan Parker. So
when you see where Kite's running, everybody else there on the high side, Kite, he's a bottom feeder right now, all the way at that bottom.
yeah, and every one of our fastest cars right now, Parker, Arnold, Wygent, Kite, and Mitch, all are right around the bottom right now. That bottom is definitely there in the long run, and I think it just takes care of your tires that much better. Capiak, by the way, has almost caught up to Giovanni Klein for what would be the 6th spot. Jonathan Parker, by the way, is approximately... Actually, I believe Jonathan Parker has already clinched the most laps led tonight. I'm not sure how many laps Chase McGuire or Hector Meredith is out in front of the field. I believe it was only a lap or 2.
Like 2 or 3, yeah. So, yeah, definitely Parker
has clinched the bonus point for most laps led. Thank him for making it easy on us. Pacey Wygent now side by side with Josh Arnold for 2nd. And Donnie Kites moved up to the 8th spot, and he's gaining on Nick Capiak. That could be a big deal, as well as Wygent still battling with Josh Arnold as they come up on Jose Ruiz, possibly put him a lap down.
These two still side by side.
And green flag pit stop's probably coming within the next 5 laps or so. So Wygent, both of them like throwing the bottom right now, so it's kind of hard. Like, you're not having that big offset in lines, so they're kind of on each other in the corners. Arnold going to be slightly ahead at the stripe this time by, but Arnold going to let Wygent go ahead. Wygent up the 2nd. Arnold might try to cross him over, though. He doesn't quite have the momentum, though, it appears. That little bit of draft on Jose Ruiz helping Wygent out, as both cars going to try to clear 23. Jonathan Parker is out for 4 seconds now. Meanwhile, Nick Capiak under Giovanni Klein. He's looking for that 6th spot and an insurance spot for the championship. And I'm wondering, I could easily see Jonathan Parker going out after his pit stop and trying to set the fastest lap of the race with the lead he's got on fresh tires. Oh, Capiak almost cleared Klein. Wasn't quite able to clear him. Had to check up on exit. And Donnie Kite is closing on Capiak even before this battle. Kite, along with Wygent and Parker right now, the fastest cars on track.
I'm also keeping an eye on Lehman and McGuire, their lap times compared to Capiak.
The last lap for Capiak was slowest, was not a good lap time, but he got checked up in traffic. There's 5 drivers right now who are backsliding hard, though. Hunter Peach, Cole Snyder, Noah Blackwell, and Mike Campbell and Jose Ruiz. Just not the night Hunter Peach is going for. Cole Snyder now probably going to defy him for the 12th spot.
Blackwell is on pit road.
Yeah, first car coming down pit road here. That could be a big tire damage, but he's well back in the leader.
Is Matt Campbell also coming down pit road? Now, I specifically mentioned that just because drivers are going to start to realize we've got other guys pitting.
Giovanni Klein just blinked out of existence. I don't know if it's going to be back in a minute or not.
Hunter Peach down pit road. Hey,
Capiak, Klein's back. Capiak got by him. He's now in 6th. Peach pitted early. Peach has got to pit early. He's got to try something. No way you can make it to the end on fuel from here. 60 laps remaining.
Arnold, Meredith, Chappell, and Klein come down pit road.
And that's big because a lot of these drivers are pretty close who have pitted already, are pretty close to Capiak on track. Capiak now running 3rd. But they're close to Capiak on track. They might catch him here. They're going to be faster. They might catch him on this pit cycle. Capiak just went over the radio and said he is pitting this time by.
Parker on pit road. Kite actually looking like he's going to stay out here.
Yeah, Pacey Wygent going to take the race lead. Lap led for Wygent. He needs that. He needs every point he can get as well. Donnie Kite going to stay out as well. Hapiak is on pit road as well as Parker. Parker, key for him. If he gets the fastest lap coming out of the pits on fresh tires with clean air, that's going to be huge for his chances here tonight. But the bigger thing to watch is where Hapiak's going to merge back out. A couple cars right near him pitted earlier. They might get by him here on this pit cycle. Pacey Wygant still not coming down pit road. Donnie Kite on the pit road in second spot. Chippy Minch, Nathan Lehman, the only other cars yet to come down pit road is Chase McGuire and Cole Snyder also coming to pit road. As Hapiak now coming off of pit road. Zachary Meredith going to get by him. He is going to stay ahead of Dylan Chappell. Chappell might have had a slow stop, and Giovanni Klein. So Hapiak actually gaining a spot on pit road here. Currently 5th of the cars to have come down pit road.
Wygant coming down pit road.
Yeah, that leaves Jimmy Minch going to come down pit road. Hard on the brakes, gets it down the pit road speed. That's going to give the lead to Nathan Lehman, only car yet to come down pit road. And Nick Hapiak's going to cycle to 5th on this pit cycle. Or 6th. Depends on Pacey Wygant out of his box. So Nathan Lehman last car come down pit road. Nobody can make the end on fuel from here, so one more stop remaining for everybody. Jonathan Parker going to take the race lead when he comes back around here. A couple laps he did not lead. Pacey Wygant, only playoff driver leading lap there, so that's going to give him a little bit of give him those 2 bonus points. Nick Hapiak, as pit stops to finish cycling, now running in the 5th spot. That's huge for him.
Sixth? Oh, never mind. It is 5th. Timing and scoring.
Yeah, Lehman hadn't cycled yet all the way.
I was confused. I'm like, wait a minute. I count 5, but I see 6.
So resetting the order after green flag pit stops. Jonathan Parker, Josh Arnold, Pacey Wygant, Zachary Meredith, Nick Hapiak, your top 5. Then Dylan Chappell, Giovanni Klein, Donnie Kite, Hunter Peach, and Jimmy Minch round out the top 10. Right now, Nick Hapiak would be your champion. He has the 4-position edge over Hunter Peach, and Parker would not have the points. Parker needs some help from some others in some struggles from Hapiak if he wants to get this championship done. But what's going to be interesting, I don't think everybody's going to run it out of fuel like they did this past time. You can pit here about, if you're splitting it in half from when you pitted, you're going to be coming to pit road about lap 117, about 30 laps to go. So I'm going to be interested to see if these drivers maybe take the risk and try to come down pit road a little early, take advantage of those fresh tires. That could be the difference between winning this championship or not. If you're a guy like, especially a guy like Hunter Peach in this race.
And you know, there's one other guy right now that I think really could put a hurt to Hapiak's points. And so right now, Hapiak leads 7 points. Donnie Kite currently stuck behind Klein and Chappell, but Kite was closing in fast on Hapiak. You put Kite in that position, that'll put Hapiak down to 2 points. And if you're talking, scenarios with Peach trying something different, maybe something happens. Who knows? I mean, right now, all of it is just guessing. But I'll tell you, based off that last run, Kite is fast right now, trying to run that bottom line, get around Klein and Chappell.
And right now, it's just all Jonathan Parker. But end of the day, I think it's going to be kind of an empty race win if he doesn't also pick up that championship, which right now, Hapiak looks in pretty good control of that. battle right now is for the 6th spot. Dylan Chappell and Giovanni Klein, Donnie Kite all right together for that. Donnie Kite looking under Giovanni Klein here. Just an update, the fastest lap bonus point still belongs to Hunter Peach. Parker was not able to run a faster lap. There, I don't know, track's probably rubber laid down on the track, probably track not quite slick, so. That said, Donnie Kite not quite able to get by Giovanni Klein. For Parker, he's got the luxury right now of, with the lead being what it is, he can run it a good bit longer than anybody without being in danger of losing the lead, so. If somebody tries to short pit on him. Donnie Kite not quite able to clear Dylan Chappell. He's going to get passed back by Giovanni Klein, and Hapiak's got to be loving seeing that behind him. Currently a 2.5 seconds ahead of those 3 cars. Kite still looking at the bottom, not quite able to get it done.
Flying to the wall.
It's going to move Kite up to the 7th spot.
Kite still committed to run that bottom line. It's going to be side by side with Chappell. Kite's doing a great job, though.
Yeah, he's having a great race here, but as far as the championship picture goes right now, Nick Hapiak, I believe, if my math is correct.
You don't trust mine?
I trust yours, but at the same time, I'm going to double check it. Right now, the lead is 12 points for Nick Hapiak. I believe you had 7, but I believe it is 12 points with him running in 5th.
The bonus points
You have to drop to 8. I have 5 bonus points for Parker, and then both of them have the incident bonus point, so that cancels out. So it's a total of 30 points gained by, with Hapiak running in 5th, there's only a 20-point difference. So 20 plus 5, 25. Parker entered today's race 37 points back above Hapiak.
This guy has gotten around Chappell.
Yeah, and the battle's still going on between Chappell and Klein. Hapiak probably Klein might be start running him down. Donnie Kite's one of the fastest cars all night here tonight. Just not a practice to start this race. Mike Campbell, by the way, has gone a lap down. Jose Ruiz now 2 laps down. He ran it long. I think he's trying to make it on 1 stop, but I think he had to save so much fuel to do it. That's probably why he went a lap down initially. That's why he's 2 laps down. I don't think that's going to work out for him here tonight.
Ruiz pit 6 laps ago as well. He, different strategy.
He ran it 5 laps longer than everybody else, but he was definitely hard saving, and that's kind of really killed any chance he has here tonight.
I'm impressed with the speed Kite has.
Yeah, he's gaining on Hapiak right now. The real question is, though, when these pit stops come up, do you possibly even consider 2 tires if you're Hunter Peach? If I'm Hunter Peach, I'm either short pitting or I'm taking 2, because I am not winning this championship by running where I'm at. I've got to do something different than Nick Hapiak.
Yeah, honestly, the gap between him and Hapiak is not a substantial amount right now. So I think as Peach is actually trying to work on Giovanni Klein, you know, I think he might be onto something.
I think Peach's struggle's been the long run here. You could split this into two 30-lap stints, basically. I think if you're Peach, you got to split, come in about 10 laps, come down pit road, split it in half. Because it's really been the last 10 to 15 laps of the runs where he's really fallen off the cliff in terms of tire wear. I think if I'm him, that's my move, is I'm going to pit a little bit early before I hit that cliff. Because he's got good speed until he falls off. So, as soon as you start hitting that cliff, go ahead and pit in and let the cards fall where they may. Josh Arnold's actually been staying pretty much even with Parker since the pit stops, by the way. He's still about 4.5 seconds behind him.
It's 4/1000th of a second quicker than Parker at last time by.
As I said, pretty much identical lap times. Donnie Kite still has been closing a little bit on that. I thought Hepek was a little quicker. Hunter Peach has almost caught Giovanni Klein for the 8th spot. Peach going to pass Klein easily, move Hunter Peach up to 8. Peach is 2.7 seconds back of the driver he is chasing for the championship win. Dylan Chappell disappears. He blinks up. He is back. Right now, though, Jonathan Parker continuing to be in control out front, and I think probably about 10 laps or so that we will start seeing people making their money stop. And I mentioned earlier, but this pit road, difficult to get onto, and if you're somebody like Hunter Peach, you got to be really careful. You're going to want to be really aggressive on pit road entry, but it is so easy to get bit by it.
Yeah. I could show you lots of iRacing clips. Right here on JCTV, I can even tell you a real life clip, unfortunately. I try not to remember.
I was about to bring that up, so.
Yes. Even a champion of NASCAR like Kyle Larson will do it, unfortunately. So,
I believe there was a guy in the truck series who hit it a few years ago, too. I think Sheldon Creed might have hit it under caution.
See, that's just dumb driving.
It's Sheldon Creed. I'm a Sheldon Creed fan, but what do you expect?
Hunter Peach, I mean, he's staying consistent right now.
Yeah, he just doesn't have the pace. He just doesn't have the pace, though, on Happyack, and unless something changes, I just don't see him getting it done unless we have a late restart where he can possibly. He has good short run, but the pace on the middle and long run is just not there for that 45. Donnie Kite, though, is closing on Happyack.
He's actually moved to the high side, too.
This time by Jonathan Parker, taking 35 to go. Or sorry, 20.
35.
35 to go. I'm math. Doing too much math tonight. Parker still well out in front of this race, and he's done all he can do. Only thing he could possibly do is pick up that extra point for the fastest lap, and even that, the way the points are in this league, I don't think that will really make a difference. It's basically Nick Happyack needs to lose 3 spots for Parker to win the championship. Field has kind of spread out right now.
Andrew, I see you.
I was about to say the same thing. Yeah, Andrew Elias requested to be shouted out. So shout out to Andrew Elias. Unfortunately, eliminated from the playoffs last week in the VSR Truck Series. The truck, we will see the truck tomorrow night at Iowa Speedway.
I'll tell you what, that Las Vegas race was incredible as well.
Yeah,
Andrew
I was having fun. I was having fun until I wasn't, and then I was having fun. I wasn't. All I'm saying is he's told me to not wreck him again. But he has never won a race in the AmsOil Truck Series where I have not wrecked him.
See, Andrew, you could be champion.
Yeah, all he needs is need to spin him out.
Back to this race, though.
Yeah, green flag pit stops probably coming up soon. 31 laps to go right now. It's been about. Right now, it'd be about when you're going to come down the road if you're going to split it in half from your previous split stop.
Something that is just kind of shocked me is it's 99. He is closing in. Now, Jimmy Mensch actually down pit road right now. That's something to mention. Keep an eye out. But Chappell has been closing in on Kite and Happy. I'm surprised at this to see, considering the line he has been running. But that is something to note. Josh Arnold now down pit road.
And that's going to put the pressure on Jonathan Parker.
Nah, he ain't got no pressure. He's got a huge lead.
Peach does stay out. Peach and Happy are the two to watch here. When they decide to pit, could be the difference in this championship. 9 car pace, Parker coming up pit road. He is close enough. He is in striking distance of Happy-Ack. If he is indeed coming down pit road, he called it out at least over the radio. Happy-Ack staying on the racetrack, as does Hunter Peach.
McGuire making his way down pit road.
Yeah, McGuire. That's going to be somebody who's going to put the pressure on Happy-Ack. He is close enough. He could be in striking distance with the fresher tires. Josh Arnold has gotten out of the pits. He is going to be trying to run fast laps right now, put the pressure on Jonathan Parker, or make Parker have to come down pit road to stay in that race lead. Giovanni Klein actually under Hunter Peach for the 7th spot. Happy-Ack still staying out, as is Hunter Peach.
No takers that time.
And Jimmy Minch, by the way, I believe did take 2 tires.
I'm going to say you're correct. 8.9 second pit stop. Parker on pit road.
Parker on pit road. Yeah, he wants to cover off Josh Arnold. No reason for Parker to risk it. He's already clinched most laps led. He's already clinched. He will be still in the lead when he makes pit road, assuming he does not make a mistake here on pit road. Probably the right move for Parker. I honestly don't even know if he'll go a lap down here, based on the kind of times he's been running. Oh, he undershot his box a little bit though. That's going to cost him a second or two. Stopped a little short of his markers. Dylan Chappell also down pit road. Another guy who's going to put the pressure on Nick Happy-Ack. Parker has exited pit road. It's going to be interesting to see if he goes a lap down here. He wants to stay on the lead lap in case we get a caution if possible, but...
Peach coming.
Yeah, Hunter Peach on the pit road. Huge pit stop here for the 45.
Yeah, great entry.
Also on the pit road. Happy-Ack got to be careful here. If he stays out too long, he could lose some positions and lose the championship. Parker, by the way, is exiting the pit still 4 seconds ahead of Josh Arnold. And he is still on the tail end of the lead lap.
Happy-Ack coming down this time by.
Yeah, Happy-Ack covering those people behind the pitting. He got down to pit road speed. 4 tires, 4 Peach. Does not try to take the risk on 2.
You know, one thing I noticed, Peach, aggressive entry. Happy-Ack, a conservative entry. You know, Happy-Ack, great, still a great entrance into pit road. See, he's into his box cleanly. Right sides go up.
That's Well, that's the difference of where they're at right now. Peach has to be aggressive, otherwise he is not going to win this championship. Happyak can afford to be a little conservative right now, but you don't want to be too conservative. He is now off of pit road. Jimmy Minch passes him. That's a spot. Meredith gets by him. The big one here is going to be Donnie Kite. Here comes the 2 of Donnie Kite. That's an extra spot, so 2 spots lost on this pit cycle for Happyak. That would put him 7th unless he gets by some of the other cars that pitted. Pacey Wygant still to come down pit road. That's going to play a big factor as well. And Hunter Peach now 3.5 seconds behind the race leader. Or behind us, sorry, it's not behind the race leader, behind us, Zachary Meredith, or Nick Happyak.
Pacey Wygant coming down pit road.
Yeah, that's going to hand the lead to possibly Giovanni Klein. It does appear that Giovanni Klein will stay out, take the lead. And Giovanni Klein, now your race leader. 22 laps remaining here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. Klein, Lehman, and Snyder, the 3 cars yet to pit. The other big one, Jimmy Minch is running good lap times after taking 2 tires. He's been good on the long run all night. That 2-tire stop is going to put him ahead of Nick Happyak. That could be huge. Wygant off the road. He's going to stay in front of Happyak. Happyak's got to be careful. He has about 2.9 seconds back to Dylan Chappell, and that's going to be the championship. If I'm looking at this correctly, he is going to be in 7th. He is right behind Donnie Kite, and if he can get by him, that helps a lot, but he will be running 7th spot, unless maybe Giovanni Klein, and I could see Giovanni Klein taking 2 tires.
Staying out still. Really going for a long run here.
More importantly, though, Happyak is all over Kite right now. 20 laps remaining to decide the champion here in the NAOR Di9 Designs Cup Series.
Happyak, fastest car on track that last time by. Fastest lap of the race, still the Hunter Peach.
And more importantly, Peach has caught Dylan Chappell, and he needs to make up 3.5 seconds on Happyak, and I just don't see that happening at the moment. Klein still staying on the racetrack, as does Lehman and Snyder. Happyak still trying to put the pressure on Klein in front of him a little bit. Minch started to fall back a little bit. Zachary Meredith pressuring him for that, what is currently his 7th spot, will probably be the 4th spot now these pit stops have cycled.
Elevator.
And you already got Giovanni Klein. He's going to have significantly fresher tires than everybody else once he does pit. Only problem is right now he is losing time by staying out this long.
The only thing, Klein is coming down pit road this time.
Yep, here comes the 84 of Giovanni Klein. He's going to hand the lead to Nathan Lehman.
See what Klein does. He will be getting passed by Kite and Happyak there.
Yeah, 4 tires for Klein.
He's going to have to hammer down.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be able to get the Happyak, so that's a big thing. That's a big deal for Happyak. Happyak now right on the back bumper of Donnie Kite. able to get the nose inside them, not quite able to clear him. He's got to be careful here. He is going to win the championship. He does not need to be at all taking the risk of getting by Donnie Kite. Unless our map is wrong. Epic, though, going to clear Donnie here in 1 and 2. Epic back up to 8. And I don't think there's any way Nathan can make it on fuel, and I don't think it's going to matter because Jonathan Parker is about to pass him. Just checking something real quick here on Layman. Yeah, he's not trying to save, so I don't think he was, but
We both have the same idea there.
yeah. Cole Snyder down pit road. That's just going to leave Zachary Lehman still on track. Hapek going to get by him. Nick Hapek will be in the 6th spot here once pit stops have cycled, and that would win him the championship by 7 points over Jonathan Parker. Hunter Peach still 3.5 seconds behind Hapiak. He pretty much needs a caution, I think, if he's going to have a chance at this championship, as Lehman takes 13 laps to go right now.
You say this, but Donnie Kite still pressuring Hapiak.
If I'm Hapiak, I'm letting him go. You are still the champion. I would not 100% trust our math, but if our math is correct, you are still the champion by 2 points if Kite gets by you. But I know in the car at this point, unless somebody's telling you the point situation, you don't know what it is. And for Hapiak entering tonight's race, 6th place was the minimum to clinch the championship regardless of other drivers' results. So right now he would be in 6th place once Lehman pits. So that's going to be the that's probably why he's fighting so hard for this position. He knows if he finishes 6th, he's going to be the champion no matter what else happens.
Kite's falling off just a little bit.
Yeah, and that's Hapiak's looking in really good shape. He's also gaining on Jimmy Mint. That'd be another spot. You know, we got a battle for the race lead. Jonathan Parker has caught Nathan Lehman, who has still not come down pit road, and not a fight from Lehman as Jonathan Parker moves back to the race lead. As it stands right now, prior to Lehman hitting, Hapiak would still be your champion by 2 points as they run at the moment. As Jonathan Parker comes across the line, 10 laps remaining here in the finale at Homestead.
Peach looking to the outside.
And Nathan Lehman just came on the radio. He is finally going to come down pit road this time by.
Peach just got around Chapel.
Peach needs an assist from Hapiak, though. And so far, Hapiak doesn't look like he's going to make that mistake. Nathan Lehman on the pit road finally. Valiant effort there, running along, but didn't get the cross he needed. 9 laps to go for Jonathan Parker. He's got a 3.7 second lead. He's going to win. Assuming we don't get a caution, he will win this race unless there is a major mistake on his part. But still, Nick Hapiak, all he needs to do right now, not lose 2 positions. And he has 4 seconds to Hunter Peach right now to lose those positions he would have to lose. So Hapiak in good control in the championship right now. Fastest lap still belongs to Hunter Peach. That's going to help him a little bit. Giovanni Klein, we saw him pit a lot later. He is well back. He is over 14 seconds behind Hapiak. He's not going to be a factor despite the fresher tires. Kite, though, has caught back up to Hapiak and is maybe looking to make the win. And if I'm Hapiak, if this gets it all sketchy, I am backing out of it. You are in really good shape points-wise. Don't risk it.
Yeah, because remember, every driver gets every driver that finishes with 0x gets a bonus point for clean driver. If it starts to get real sketchier, you know, you lose a spot to Kite and get incident points, which takes that away. You know, that'd be 1 point. And possibly some damage.
And Donnie Kite just told Nick on the radio that he is not going to try to pass him. He doesn't know what the point situation is, so Havoc doesn't have to worry about that, I don't think. So Havoc can just set off and cruise right now. 6 laps remaining here for Jonathan Parker. Lead now 4.5 seconds. We do still have a battle for 8th between Peach and Chapel. And second in points, by the way, would be very tight between Parker and Peach. I believe Parker right now, I believe actually they would be tied for second in points, if my math is correct. I'm trying to do math.
I got 40 points.
No, it's 39 because Peach has fastest lap bonus.
Oh, that's true. Yep.
Haptic, though, still has that 7-point edge. Parker's done all he can do. 4 laps remaining now. Hapiak just has Kite behind him. Kite not pressuring him right now. And all three laps now for Parker. And Hapiak, he's just been consistent all season long. You heard about earlier tonight saying was not had a bad finish in many races. And that's going to be the difference if he's able to hold on here and bring home this championship. Donnie Kite is looking to the high line. I don't think he's trying to pass him. Jonathan Parker coming to 2 to go. Chapel still looking to get by Peach. Kite still happy to ride. 2 laps remaining for Parker.
Kite is all over the back bumper of Hapiak. It is so tough. It's got to be so tough in Kite's position where he wants to be nice.
Yeah, I don't think Donnie's going to try anything here.
Nah.
White flag is in the air. Final time around now for Jonathan Parker. Absolute dominance so far tonight for that 48 machine. Just has 1 more set of corners as he comes off of turn 2. But unlike the other time we saw this paint scheme, the 48, go to victory lane here at Homestead and win a championship, unfortunately, he's going to go to victory lane tonight, but it's not going to be enough for the championship. Jonathan Parker, off of turn 4. He is going to win here in the NAOR series at Homestead. But now we turn to our 6th place runner, Nick Hapiak. Donnie Kite behind him, but he doesn't have to worry about Kite, even if Kite gets by. Into 3 and 4 for the final time. Nick Hapiak off of turn 4. Just a few more feet, and Nick Hapiak will be your champion for the 4th time in the NAOR Di9 Designs Cup Series.
7 points.
That will be our margin. Hunter Peach will finish 8th. That means he and Parker will tie for 2nd in the points. I believe Pacey Wygant will end up being your 4th place points finisher, and then possibly Jimmy Minch, as Cole Snyder struggled tonight. Great shout out, by the way, to Jimmy Minch. Didn't really talk about him all night, but a great strategy call. Taking 2 tires gets him a 5th place top 5 finish. But Nick Hapiak, your champion. Jonathan Parker, your race winner. Don't know if Hapiak knows he's a champion yet, because So, Josh, your thoughts on tonight?
Oh man, great race. Long, great flag. We only had one caution, and it was an interesting one. And Jonathan Parker's not the champion. Let's get rid of that there. I think Capiak's just waiting on an official word.
I believe so, and Jonathan Parker doing his burnouts, but not enough for the championship for that 48. We're waiting on the official word.
And you know, the one thing I actually didn't mention it earlier in the broadcast. I totally meant to. You know, Nick Capiak's dad always in chat, always supporting him. But you know, I didn't realize there were some storms just a little bit north of me, and a little bit northeast, which is actually Capiak doing donuts. Let's go to him. Which, you know, kind of right where Nick Capiak lives is northeast of me. A lot of big storms there, so, you know, kind of had a little bit of a thought in my head. Hopefully nothing crazy happens for Nick Capiak. And, you know, the type of driver Nick Capiak is one that will literally race during a tornado warning to try to win a championship, which I believe he did last season. Capiak is determined, and he's now a 4-time Di9 Designs NAOR Series champion, and the second time on iRacing.
Yeah, and today's 6th place finish is the first time since Kansas Speedway back at the start of March that he has finished outside the top 4. His only other than that, he failed to finish. His best finish in the first 4 races was 6th. From then on, other than an 18th at Kansas, his worst finish was a 5th place finish at Circuit of the Americas. So just remarkable consistency throughout this season. Only won 1 race, but 10 top 5s, 16 top 10s. Just great job by Nick Capiak, able to take home the championship as Jonathan Parker drives by. Unfortunately,
that's got to be so tough for Parker, though.
He just didn't have the execution he needed in the playoffs, and he was a fast driver all season. But I believe it was the first race of the playoffs. At Auto Club, he ran into those issues early in the race at Auto Club and was not able to make up that deficit to the rest of the playoff drivers. That one bad race is what ends up costing him the championship.
Let's go take a look at our... Let's stop. Let's go take a look at our unofficial race results. Brett.
Yeah, and tonight's race winner, Jonathan Parker, dominates here at Homestead. Untouchable here tonight. Great run for Josh Arnold. He comes home second. He was probably one of the fastest cars on the long run all night tonight. Just didn't have really anything for Parker, but Pacey Wygant comes home third, kind of returned to form for him as well. Zachary Meredith fourth, and then a great strategy call for Jimmy Minch brings it home fifth with a 2-tire stop under the last green flag pit stop. Nick Capiak comes home sixth, and that's enough for him to be crowned champion. Donnie Kite, great run tonight, comes home seventh. Hunter Peach, eighth. Dylan Chappell, ninth. Chase McGuire, 10th.
11th, last on lead lap is Shivani Klein. 12th, Noah Blackwell, which, by the way, this was the NJB Designs 220. I know we really didn't say that, but Noah Blackwell is the guy behind NJB Designs. You can check them out on Instagram, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. Right here on iRacing.
I blame my producer for not saying that a lot because
I wasn't play-by-play. I wasn't play-by-play. That's all I'm
Yeah,
saying.
but you're the producer. You're the ones who's supposed to tell me what the race name is, so I'm aware of it.
Cole Snyder finishes 13th, and Nathan Lehman 14th. Mike Campbell 15th, and Jose Ruiz 2 laps down finishes in 16th position.
And entertaining race here. I think honestly our first would have been our first non-road course caution-free race this year if it wasn't for the accidental button press, which we'll have to give Josh a hard time about that in his interview. But yeah, I don't know how we want to do interviews with the championship interview as well. So up to you, Josh. If you want me to get wide, you want to get them.
Brett, I will say one thing I do like, and I have to confirm with Josh, is I do always like to have the series commissioner or owner kind of crown the champion before we then go on and interview the champion. So I'll have to get with Josh. I know he's been cool with it in the past. But as far as interviews go, I mean...
We can lead in from his P2 interview into that, so that'll work well. If we want to go about it that way. But, yeah, I don't know if you or me has Pacey, but whichever one wants to do it.
Somebody's got Pacey.
Yeah, I've got him. Why not? I'm joined here by the driver of the 00 Pacey Legend. Pacey had some pace tonight. Probably didn't really seem like he had a lot for Parker, but... They'll bring home third, come home fourth in the championship. What more did you possibly need tonight to take home that race win?
I think Parker's far better than anybody else I've ever raced at this track between this season and last season. There's not much you can do to beat him here. I don't know what he does. I was trying to mimic him. I can't get it. Save tires. I'm pretty sure better than just about anybody, and still was 0.3 slower a lap than Parker. So there was just nothing anybody was gonna do to beat Parker. But yeah, I had pace for a second. It was just unfortunate how it all shook out, and needed just a couple more laps. And I think could have got Josh.
Yeah, and there's a third place finish. Obviously, we're hoping maybe you could get lucky, have some trouble for some of those points leaders, and bring home a championship today. Unfortunately, not the case. But how are you going to look to carry the momentum in the next season here in the NAOR Di9 Designs Cup Series?
I mean, let's start off like we did this season. It's just back-to-back, top 5 in points. We'll get it eventually. It's just... like I said, I come into tonight, wasn't even racing for points. I was just racing for fun, like I had been all season. So made some friends along the way, made some more rivals, and yeah.
Well, and then last but not least, any sponsor shout outs? Who gets it done for you on that 00?
First off, congrats to Nick. He's a really good teammate, and congrats on the championship. My spotter, Rodney Ayers, for spotting me each and every week. Ayers Design, Jones does P&D, for making the liveries for me this season. Y'all up in the booth for broadcasting, Josh for putting it all on, and another shout out for Nick in the championship.
Well, that is your third place finish for Pacey Legend. Congrats again, Pacey, and look forward to seeing you next season.
Thank you.
And Josh, I believe you are caught up with our runner-up, Josh Arnold.
And that I am. Josh Arnold, a runner-up finish tonight. How about that one?
I know. It surprised myself. I had some really good long run speed, like y'all know that I try to pride myself on. But really, this was a tire saving track, and just really excited to bring her home second. Couldn't be more happy for Parker. Finishing I saw him up there for the first time in the season. I think I saw him out of my rear view, or out of my windshield for
at the finish here. So, but congrats to the champion. And I don't know if y'all have announced that yet. So, but congrats to the champion. Congrats to everybody who ran this season. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I got to give a shout out to Andrew Elias to, pump him up for tomorrow.
He got you too, didn't he?
He did.
Oh, Andrew. Oh.
But no, I mean, I'm definitely sorry for the one caution there that I'm pretty sure y'all looked around and was like, who's wrecking? And there's nobody wrecking. And I kind of changed buttons.
We wanted to give you a hard time for that, by the way.
Brett
yeah,
did.
I was going to go ahead and bring it up. But I changed my pit button this week. And then when, that first round of pit stops came in, my mind went to the old button. So that's where that caution came from. So definitely sorry for wasting an extra 3 minutes on this broadcast for that. But other than that, I thought it was a fantastic championship race, and you couldn't ask for a better caution free. There was I know at the end there was probably not a lot of racing going on, but everybody out there was giving it their all, and that's all you can ask. So
well, great season for you. Well, to finish it off, but sponsors, shout outs. Who gets it done for you?
Well, of course, thank you to JCTV for broadcasting this season. Great as always. And then, thank you to the main sponsor, Di9 Designs, with Pitaki out there with his Chase Elliott, Juicy Spider, NJB Designs, who is sponsoring my car tonight. I think that car is a little more luck, than normal, than what I had earlier this season. And then, of course, Pete's and Wings Gaming and Podcast. They're going to dabble into some gaming, so that's going to be fun to go back and watch while I'm working on mortgages. And then, I just want to give a shout out to, like I said, all the drivers from this season. We had 11 different winners. Only 8 drivers went for the championship, and all 8 of them had a win. So, it wasn't anybody that was out of place just because they showed up every week and finished second or something. Like everybody there was worthy of running for a championship, and I think 11 is a pretty stout number since we averaged about I know lower at the end, but about 20 racers this season. So over maybe half of them won. So I think that's fantastic. I was not one of those, and there's a few other ones out there who will definitely be pushing for a win next season. So thank you to everybody. Thank you to Josh and Brett and Traver for helping broadcast this season.
All right, well, one last thing for you is I know in the past I've had you kind of officially crown our champion, so we'll go ahead and talk to Jonathan Parker. And then we'll pull Nick up here, and if you want to come and officially introduce our champion to us before we take over our interview, we'll talk to you here in a few minutes again.
Most definitely. Thank you, guys. Right. Thanks, everybody.
And I'm now down here in victory lane with our race winner, but not a champion. More proof that he is washed. Jonathan
Parker.
Wins
a race still washed. Apparently, I don't see that.
Entering this week, he had never lost a championship on JCTV, and then he choked away the one in Slide Job, and then lost this one.
Well, choke is a stretch. We could have a podcast about that.
I know it is, but Jonathan, congrats on the win. But by the way, real quick before I continue, Jonathan, got to shout out Shane O'Neill and Beans because I was asked to. But Jonathan, dominant performance here tonight. What do you do at Homestead that makes you so unbeatable here? Because I need to know these secrets.
It's so ass backwards. It's just the way I run the bottom. Usually you should run the top here, and iRacing stupid so you can run the bottom. But yeah, just kind of have it figured out. Just know how to get the car rotated, and worked in what I do works in the truck to work in the Xfinity car, and I'd only done one other Homestead race when I had my wheel settings fucked up in the next gen, but I I just, I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
By the way, that's going to be another dollar in the swear jar. But
Golly, man.
Yeah, tonight though needed some things to break your way, and unfortunately, not quite everything you needed to happen happened. Needed, I think, Happy to lose 2 more spots and Peach to not gain another spot, and you would have been champion. But able to take second in points on the tiebreaker over Hunter Peach. What more did you possibly need in this playoffs to bring home the championship?
Not wreck lap 1 at Auto Club. That was just playing from behind ever since because Hunter was so dominant at the Rock, and then landing super speedways to super speedway. I wrecked from like second or third. I mean, I still finished 5th. It's just, it's a super speedway, so anything could happen. So I just needed a better Auto Club, really. Yeah, finishing 8th wasn't ideal. So, that was another thing not really in my control. It was just bad timing, and that's part of racing. And for both these championships here on JCTV, I could say, I left it out on the track. I did all I could, and I did everything I needed to. It just wasn't quite enough tonight.
Yeah, and going forward, Trophy Carriers win in the next season. Any sponsor shout outs? Who gets you done for you on that 48?
I'd like to thank Lowe's and Cobalt Tools. This Hendrick Chevy was really quick, and Virtual Chad set it up. Did a very good job, obviously. It was a cheated up hot rod. And Earl was my eye in the sky. I didn't have much to say tonight, but yeah, it's just you don't get to do something like that very often. So it's a lot of fun. You never know when it's gonna be a last, so I was just wanted to enjoy it tonight. I wasn't even thinking about the points. Whatever happened with that happened. I just wanted to do what I could, and it just wasn't quite enough.
Yeah, and congrats again on the win, and we look forward to seeing you in the future. I think you said tomorrow night you might not be there for Iowa, but look forward to hearing you in the booth, listening to your broadcast in the BSR AmsOil Truck Series. Look forward to seeing you, Jonathan.
Of course, Brett.
That is your race winner, Jonathan Parker. Able to pick up the win, but not quite able to pick up the championship here tonight. And Josh, I believe you're now down on the stage on the front stretch with our league commissioner and our champion.
First of all, I'm going to give props to Layman for continuing to drive in circles around Happy. But yes, I do want to turn things over to Josh Arnold, who this time takes the helmet off and puts on the league commissioner hat. So, Josh, go ahead.
Just want to formally congratulate Nick Happyack on his 4th NAOR championship. He's been with us, since season 1. I'd swear back in 2015. So this has been a long time. Nick's won on now. Well, this is the 2nd time out of 4 iRacing championships. So Nick Happyack in 2 different vehicles, 2 Cup cars. So just want to say congratulations on a heck of a season and a heck of a playoff run.
Thank you. I told Parker I was coming for him this season, and I honestly was just kind of blowing smoke. I really didn't think this would come to fruition. I'm kind of speechless right now. I did not. I don't know what to say.
You know what? What's going to make it a lot sweeter, Nick, is assuming I'm pretty sure you're going to the 600 next week.
I am not actually.
No,
unfortunately.
you're not. Oh man.
No.
I was gonna say have Josh hand deliver you a trophy, but yeah, no. First of all, just congrats on the championship, Nick. It's I've known you for several years, back on the NASCAR 15 days. I personally was never a part of NAOR, but you, myself, J. Paul, we were teammates in actually Donnie's league. And just I knew you were an incredible driver back then. I know you're still an incredible driver to this day. Congrats on the championship. And now just talking about the race. Finished 6th tonight. It was a wild points battle. It had me doing points all night long. First of all, Jonathan Parker made that part a little bit easy as far as most laps led and keeping everybody else from leading a lap. But, I was crunching numbers. I was wrong on a couple of occasions. Thanks, Brett, for keeping me on my toes there. But, 7 points. You entered tonight 2 points behind Peach. You beat Jonathan Parker, who looked like it was going to be a long shot, by 7 points.
Yeah, I was extremely nervous that last run. I felt like when I was in 5th, I felt safe. I was kind of running the math in my head. I'm like, okay, I made up, I think it was 30 points on Peach last week, and he finished 7th, and I finished 2nd. So I was like, okay, if I finish 5th, I should be good. And then people pulled strategy on that last run, and I cycled out in 8th, and that was when the panic started to kind of set in. And I'm like, okay, the 48's still leading here. I'm in trouble. And I didn't know that, some guys were. I thought for sure Lehman was gonna stretch it. I mean, we came down to, I think it was like 7 to go before he finally pit, and so that helped me. And then I was finally able to get the run on Donnie and get to his inside, and I felt okay being in 6th, but I still wasn't sure. But that's why I sat at the end of the pits. I'm like, I'm not going out. I'm not getting excited. I'm not nothing until I hear it from Josh, and it worked. I don't know. I don't know what to say. It was the second half of the season. It really came to life, and we had a lot of really, really, really good finishes. Not very many wins. We only had the 1 win at Pocono, but there was a lot of top 3s and a lot of second places this year, and it's a consistency. I've always strived or pushed for being consistent, not necessarily going for the wins, but the consistency, and I feel like that's what's won me the championship this year, is just the good finishes.
Now, Nick, we talked in the pre-race, and you said that if you did get this one was going to be the toughest one that you've ever gotten. So now I'm going to ask you, you do have this one. This is your 4th one in NAOR. Looking back, is this your favorite?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. The amount of competition out here right now is just through the roof. Especially with these cars, it's really brought everyone like on an equal playing field. I feel like there wasn't very many guys that came in here with a lot of experience in this car, and it was extremely difficult this season to run up front, and I went winless. I mean, I'm literally coming off my worst season ever in NAOR. I went winless last season, did absolutely horrendous in the playoffs, and then to come back and win the championship, I'm floored. I don't know what it still really hasn't set in.
Well, sponsors, shout outs. Who gets it done behind that championship winning number 6 machine?
Juicy Spider Gaming, Michael Morgan. We've been, like I said last week, and we've been working hard. We've been learning some new things with the graphics, and I feel like we've come a long way, and we're making a big push on this. We're trying to really kind of expand our horizons and move forward with that. But J-Paw for putting on this league, you guys for doing the broadcasts. Found out a bunch of my family was watching tonight. So hello everybody. And yeah, I mean, it's just I've had a lot of fun, some stressful moments tonight, especially. But everybody in here is good friends. We might get on each other's nerves sometime, but it's a lot of fun.
Well, I guess the saying is, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. You sure had a great season, Nick. Congrats once again on the championship. And just overall, an incredible, consistent season.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Your champion, Nick Capiak. And Brett, you got anything?
Yeah, just a lot of fun this season. I've had a lot of fun with you, Josh. Looking forward to hopefully being back here next season if I'm not on track, which I think probably my plan most likely is going to be to continue calling this with you if you'll have me. So just had a lot of fun all season long. Lots of great racing here in the NAOR Di9 Design Cup Series. Congrats again to Nick Capiak. He takes home the championship. Really just consistency all season long gets done for him. Able to overcome strong seasons from Parker and Peach. I think next season is going to be a lot of fun. This league changes more than I think just about any league here on JCTV in terms of season to season. They vote on rule changes. They tend to make several rule changes every season. So I'm looking forward to just seeing what this series brings next season and hopefully being right back here with you again next year. So I'll let you close it out for us here tonight, and then hopefully we'll be back here next season.
What has been an incredible season that started off at Michigan International Speedway with Pacey Wygant taking the win and looking like he was right left off from last season. A lot of struggles, but it was one man that was consistent all season long, and you heard it. Not finishing outside of the top 4, really, for several weeks in a row. Nick Capiak did such an incredible job all season long with this next Gen 7 Cup car. And tonight, it is him holding the big trophy and as the champion here in the Di9 Designs NAOR Series in the NJB Designs 220. Congratulations to Nick Capiak on this incredible achievement. A 4th championship in the series overall in the entire history. And I believe he's also still the winningest driver of this league as well throughout the entire history as well. Nick, such an incredible guy. I was fortunate to be able to meet him in person last season, last year rather, going to the Coke 600. I'm not going this year. Apparently he's not either. Actually, I get to hang out with Brett next weekend at the Indy 500. Not as exciting as hanging out with Nick at the Coke 600, but no, just congratulations, Nick Capiak, on the incredible season. And, I don't know when next season's going to start. I'm not looking forward to rushing time. I don't want to rush time to get there, but I definitely am looking forward to when the next season starts and getting that season underway to see how it plays out. And so, that being said, first of all, always got to shout out to fans for watching. I have so much fun doing this. I really do. And without you guys to watch and to listen to me for a couple hours every night, it wouldn't be possible. As well as the drivers and the admins. Again, every business needs a customer or consumers, and without them, nothing strives. And so, with having the ability to have the drivers and the admins put this on, it's so incredible, and I love every minute of it. Thank you guys so much, and big shout out. As much as I pull Brett's leg, love commentating with Brett. And big shout out to Brett Bennett for joining me in the booth. And so on behalf of Brett Bennett and the entire outstanding crew right here at JCTV, I want to thank you for tuning into the season. Thank you guys for everything. Stay safe, take care, and we will see you whenever next season starts.